Hello, everyone. We're so excited to welcome you to the first episode of our new series, What Makes Gaming Great. I'm Grant Dillon, and this is the Throwback community. We're going to start out with an iconic series, one that we all know and love, Halo. More specifically, Halo Reach. In this episode, the primary focus is going to be on Halo Reach's multiplayer, but don't worry, we'll have another video discussing the excellent campaign, so consider this part 1 of 2 for what makes Halo Reach great. Let's get started.
Double kill, triple kill.
Let's kick this video off with the origins of Halo Reach. Halo Reach was originally released on September 14th, 2010. It was developed by Bungie and published by Microsoft Game Studios, and was originally released exclusively for the Xbox 360. This would be Bungie's last Halo game, as they decided to end it all with a prequel about one of the biggest events in the Halo lore, the fall of the planet Reach to the evil alien alliance known as the Covenant. 9 years later, on December 3rd, 2019, the game was re-released for the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One, and was the first Halo game released on PC since Halo 2 in 2007. It's also backwards compatible on Xbox One, so it can still be played if you have the original disc lying around, but do keep in mind that you won't be getting the updated 4K visuals that you get with the Master Chief Collection. However, for a 9-year-old game, Halo Reach looks amazing on both PC and Xbox One. Both versions of the game are crisp and clean with smooth frame rates, which makes for the best possible Halo experience. And now we get to the Reach multiplayer. It's enough to make a grown man cry. There's a huge selection of modes and maps, and after playing it for years since its initial release, every match still feels exciting. Something that makes Halo stand out from other shooters is that there isn't a class or hero system. Instead of creating a class or selecting a hero to play, you instead start with the same loadout as everyone else, the only difference being your armor ability, such as the ability to sprint or use a jetpack. Everyone is on the same playing field, and the only advantage you get is by learning the maps, how to position, and move throughout them. As you play, you unlock new cosmetic armor pieces and voices for your Spartan. What's great about the multiplayer is that there's something for everyone. If you're looking for a normal 4v4 arena mode, then there's Team Slayer. If you're someone who prefers a little more competition, there are 2 ranked game modes that use MLG rules in the originals, and more in the Master Chief Collection. As you win or lose in these modes, you rank up or down, and the game will match you with other players that are near or at your skill level. It's a ton of fun to play for something like a ranked statistic. One of my favorite modes is SWAT, where you're given a DMR or a pistol, and every player dies from one shot to the head. It's definitely a faster paced mode that requires good aim, and nothing feels better than getting a multi-kill. There are also more laid-back playlists that are just a ton of chaotic fun. There's Action Sack, which hosts a variety of fun modes that change the rule set of a normal game. There's also Griffball, which pits 2 teams of 4 against each other, and they can only use gravity hammers and energy swords to fight. The most chaotic game mode is Big Team Battle, where up to 16 players are put on 2 teams of 8 as they battle it out with vehicles, rocket launchers, and all sorts of other crazy weapons and Spartan abilities. It's classic Halo, and probably some of the most fun I've ever had playing a video game has been in the Halo Reach multiplayer. While we're on the topic of playing with your friends, this is the perfect time to talk about Firefight. Firefight is Halo's survival mode. While every mode we've covered so far are player versus player modes, or PvP, Firefight is player versus environment, which is PvE for short. PvE means that players aren't competing with other players, but instead they're working cooperatively to fight AI-controlled enemies. In this case, when you and your friends are playing Firefight, you're holding your ground on a good selection of maps against waves and waves of Covenant forces. There are a number of things that make this mode fun, whether you're playing with friends, playing online, or going lone wolf. The first thing that stands out is the variety of enemies you face. There are the common grunts and their elite commanders, heavily armored hunters, highly aggressive brutes, and that's just to name a few. Each wave requires you to deal with these enemies in different ways and combinations. For example, a group of hunters might drop in, and you need to either use explosives to take them out, or have a teammate flank them from behind. There might also be an enemy wraith that drops in, and you have to use heavy-duty weapons to take it out. Or, if you're a badass, you can board and throw a grenade into it to destroy it from the inside. As you progress through the waves, the game will use skulls to modify the rules, which can completely change your strategy. For example, one of the skull modifiers, called Black Eye, makes it so a player's shields don't recharge normally, and instead, the only way to recharge your shield is by getting close to the enemies and punching them. It totally changes the way you have to play, and it makes each game of Firefight feel different and interesting. What I love most about Halo Reach, and honestly, this is just something that I love about Halo in general, is that the environments are absolutely beautiful and they're so immersive. One of my favorite multiplayer maps takes place in a space station, and if you look outside the windows, you can see the planet Reach and a space battle taking place between a human frigate and a Covenant corvette. There is so much amazing scenery, and sometimes it's fun to just load up one of the maps and explore. In fact, I highly recommend doing this. I know that I found a new appreciation for the maps after doing so, and there's so much cool stuff to see. There's a story behind each map, and you can tell that a lot of care was put into making each map fun and visually spectacular. So, where is Halo Reach now? Well, the Xbox 360 Halo servers will be shut down at the end of 2021, unfortunately, but the multiplayer is still very much alive on the Master Chief Collection. You can of course still play offline Firefight on the 360 if you so choose. The Master Chief Collection is also available on Xbox Game Pass, so if you have that, whether on Xbox or on PC, then you're good to go as well. If you haven't played the Halo Reach multiplayer before, I hope you know a little more about it now, and if this video has inspired you to pick it up and start playing, whether you're a new player or an old player, then I am so happy and excited for you. Jump in and have some fun. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. If you're not yet subscribed, please do. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Check out our other content for some more fun as well. The links to our Instagram accounts and Discord server are in the description of the video. Thank you for watching the first episode of What Makes Gaming Great, and we hope to see you next week for What Makes Halo Reach Great Part 2, the campaign. Here's to many more episodes after that. Stay safe, everyone. Love yourself and others. Dylan out.